When it started back in 2004, the guys at Pure Pwnage probably had no idea that they would wind up having a fan base that goes all the way around the world. When they took over the Bloor Cinema last year, they had fans coming from as far away as Australia just to see these guys in person. Their guesses say that their viewership is numbers around 3 million. Now, that number is probably about to explode because Showcase has picked up the show and is about to air it on their network here in Canada. The fans have turned out in droves once again. The launch is tonight, and we're going to go and have a chat with them. So let's check it out.
I am the Pwnage, bitches.
Watching the show all my life, man. Ever since it came out, watching it on the internet, it's fucking amazing.
That's all your life?
All my fucking life.
Pure Pwnage.
Standing here again with Jarett, Cale, and Gardiner, Jeremy, and FPS Doug from Pure Pwnage, as you all know. Guys, thanks again for taking some time to talk to us. Really appreciate it, as always. No worries. Cool, man. Congratulations. Huge congratulations. I mean, this is a massive leap for you guys, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
It's a long road and an early dream come through, so it's pretty cool, man.
Let's talk about the early dream part of it. I mean, when you started doing this online, I mean, did you have any inkling that this might be a reality that was going to happen?
Well, before we put out Pure Pwnage online, we wanted to make a TV show. We wanted to have a TV show. We're like, that's our TV show. We wanted to write it, create the characters ourselves. So we were going to make a pilot to help pitch to networks to get our show. So, you know, we had this inkling, I guess. We really wanted it, but we never thought Pure Pwnage would be the show.
Yeah.
You know, Pure Pwnage was something that emerged naturally because of that test footage. And as it was going, I knew it would be huge on the internet, but it wasn't until halfway through the series when we started picking up all these new audience members. And all these people were enjoying the show that didn't even game. Then I started to realize, wow, like, there's some pretty big mainstream potential here because you don't have to be a part of the culture to find it interesting. Just looking in at this culture from the looking glass is just as interesting. So it started as we wanted to be on TV, then we made the web show, then it started going well, and we said, fuck it, let's pioneer the web business, let's dominate web television. And I think we kind of did that, but we hit sort of a ceiling. But to me, the infrastructure wasn't there. The ad dollars didn't catch up. Nothing, you know, sort of plateaued, and we needed something more.
Yeah. So who approached you? Was it you went to Showcase, or they came to you?
It was sort of chance. Davin Langell, who's the co-producer of the TV show, was at a talk at the university. The talk was being given by a guy who's a big owner in Alliance Atlantis, a huge distribution company in Canada that has now been bought and no longer exists. And he said, hey, I got these guys, my buddies, they make the biggest internet TV show in the world, you should check it out. So we checked it out, and they set us up with a meeting at Showcase with two bigwigs. I mean, like, huge bigwigs. Came into the meeting, sat down, dude puts his feet on the desk, was like, so, how'd you get this meeting? You know, like literally, that's what happened.
Yeah.
So the talk started there, but yeah, you know, we talked to them for 3 years. They attended screenings, they checked it out. They weren't sure how it would work on TV. No one was, right? Because again, it's so niche, but they enjoyed watching. You know, our network execs aren't gamers. You know, they're 40-somethings. They're just normal people.
Yeah.
And they thought Jeremy was very endearing, and they thought there was something there. So after quite a few years of talks, they gave us a shot.
Right on.
And this is our chance. So
Takes 3 years to become an overnight success, right?
yeah, basically, yeah.
At least.
Almost six.
Almost six. Crazy. Talking about the suits, the guys with their feet on the desk. I mean, sometimes that's a little bit of a challenge to deal with when you're doing a creative project like this. So, how much of the creative control have you been able to retain? Like, how much of it's still written by you guys, and how much of it is?
It's still 100% of it's written by us, but we receive a lot of guidance. We go back and forth with the network with scripts. We have Mark Steinberg, who's on board as a story editor. He's also co-writer for a couple of the episodes. We had Derek Harvey, who's our showrunner, which I didn't even know what that term meant when we hired him. It usually means head writer, but in our case, it actually meant a guy that's just going to make sure we don't fuck it up. He's going to teach us everything we need to know. He's going to guide us. He gives feedback on our scripts and our stories, as well as talks to the network for us and just introduce us to the whole business. Because there's an established TV business. It's been here for 7 years. I don't know how long. There's whole vocabularies, everything. Jeff and I had no idea about. We had none of this. So Derek Harvey.
We need a guy like Derek.
Yeah, we need a guy like Derek.
Sounds like a valuable thing to have.
Oh, he was awesome.
It's amazing. Yeah.
Well, it's you said something. I forget where I read it. Something about you're used to having 6 or 7 people sitting around in a basement, and now you got 85 people on set. Everybody's doing one job.
And then they aren't drinking alcohol while they do it. Surprisingly.
They'll come No, still a big part of it.
It's all good. Speaking about the TV version of the show, the first episode kind of feels like Kyle's revenge a little bit. It's like Kyle finally gets to take the piss out of Jeremy a little bit. It's like, yeah, Mom cut off your internet. Yeah, it looks like your modem. Don't know what to tell you. And it looks like the beginning of a story arc, and I'm wondering, it's like the internet show has been a little bit loose tonight, right? It's very episodic. And very well loose. It's just loose.
It's very freestyle, man.
Yeah, very freestyle.
Every episode, different style, different length. And it's not a traditional structure. You can't say, oh, this is gonna have an opening, three acts, and then a tag to close it. They're gonna be approximately this length. It will time. No, none of that structure's there, man.
Yeah.
It was a little more artistic.
Yeah, but it still feels like it's got that sort of casual looseness to it. But there is a bit of a story arc going on.
Oh, absolutely. The arc's
job.
but it's not predictable, and it's mechanics. You can't say, oh, here we come to a commercial. I can expect something's gonna raise the stakes now. But that's traditional TV, and that's the sort of mechanics you have to use to have a successful TV show.
Right.
But the thing is, if you embrace that and you work with it and you enjoy working in those, it's a little bit of a challenge, a little bit exciting, and at the end of the day, it can make some really funny shit. I mean, I watch a lot of comedy TV shows, and now that I'm aware, now that I've been through the process, I watch It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I'm like, oh yeah, there they go, the stakes race. Oh, yeah. Now that I know what it's like, I see it. It's so clear to me, but it works.
Yeah.
I love those shows.
Look at the camera and fade to black system. Right?
And the web show and web projects and everything, they still exist. If we ever want to get our artistic rock stuff, we want to do something totally freestyle, totally our own, we can go do that. Nothing's stopping us from doing that. I didn't sign any contract that said I can't go and do my own shit forever.
That's a really great point.
This is Pure Pwnage, the TV show.
Yeah.
This was made to be the best TV show ever made. I think we did it.
I would agree.
And
that was a question that I had actually. Does this mean the end of the web series? But
no, man, me and Joe were on BMX bikes 2 days ago.
2 days ago. Right on filming and scouting location.
Very guerrilla style, man. Very guerrilla, very old school. Just a couple guys on a camera. And man, I love it. I mean, I love that. There's no money in mind doing that stuff. It's just having fun.